Hello everybody, this is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor. We're here on the floor of Patterson Rig 903 at the Patterson-UTI Multi-Service Day in Houston, Texas. And with me right now is Carter Nenninger. We're going to be speaking a bit about some of the cool process automation stuff that Patterson's got going on. They're showcasing a lot of their new systems and their new things that they've got, so we'll talk a little bit about that here today. So Carter, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So let's start with talking about process automation. Now, obviously, in this industry right now, automation's been one of the buzzwords. Everybody's talking about how they can sort of improve efficiencies there. What do you guys have going?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of different applications that we're offering to both improve efficiency and make things safer on the rig floor. A great example is our automated connections on the slips to weight and weight to slip side. So automating drilling off and going into slips at the end of the stand, and then automating going back to bottom and tagging up when you're going back to drilling.
So you talk about some of the efficiencies that you see out of this. Like, can you sort of point to some of the areas where you've sort of seen those efficiency gains made?
Yeah, absolutely. So specifically with automating drilling connections, you're seeing gains on just the time it takes to make a connection. If you're doing things automated, you can change set points and do things a lot faster than doing them by hand. And then some of the less tangible efficiency gains come from treating your BHAs better, reducing shock and vibration downhole, and reducing the amount of trips, staying on bottom longer.
So you're talking about reduction in tripping times, probably reduction in drilling times too. And I'm sure from a drilling contractor perspective, from an operator perspective, any chance you have to sort of reduce those times, it's got to be pretty valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, drilling optimization has been an important part of this industry for the last several years, and a lot of the easy efficiency gains and low-hanging fruits have already been achieved. So now we're just at the point of looking at every little detail and what things can we improve and how do we keep moving the needle.
What are some other areas that you're looking to move the needle?
Yeah, so we're also working on and have rolled out automated downlinks. We have our own adaptive auto driller. We have our own in-house built oscillating system that's more user-friendly. That's been a real big hit with our directional drillers. And then on top of all that, we've got a whole suite of systems for managing power out on the rigs and running our generators.
So you talk about managing power. So we're talking about sort of automating generator usage here. That has a whole other benefit too when you're talking about sort of, I guess, maybe cost, fuel costs, and then maybe even emissions on that end. So can you talk a little bit about some of those systems in automating power use?
Yeah, absolutely. So a big one that we've rolled out is our EcoCell system. So it's basically a hybrid battery system that helps run the generators at a higher load, which helps them run more efficiently. So you see fuel savings instantly, and then there's also added efficiencies where we can spend less time on downtime, have lower maintenance costs due to running the generators in their optimal range. We've got another system called GenAssist that just automates generator control, turns them on and off when they're needed. And then we're also getting very involved with getting into grid power and running our rigs based off of existing infrastructure.
Is that like highline power, stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly. So we've got just regular old highline power where you can plug a rig into existing grid. And then we've got a product called Grid Assist as well. So it utilizes grid power, the EcoCell battery system, as well as additional generators when they're needed. So kind of the best of both worlds.
Are you able to get enough power? I mean, you're talking about some of the power that you need to run a rig, some of the power that you need, like even like a frac spread or something like that. That's a lot of power that you need. So with these GenAssists or with these things where you're sort of taking stuff off the grid, are you still able to generate enough power, or do you need to have something that's sort of supplemental?
That's a great question. Just like anything else in the oil and gas industry, it depends a lot region by region based on what the infrastructure is like. But the issue really for us isn't the amount of power that we're pulling, it's the transient loads. When you're tripping pipe, you're going from 500 kilowatts up to 2,500 kilowatts depending on how much pipe you're pulling out. And existing power grids aren't really set up to handle those transient loads very well. So that's where technologies like Grid Assist come in to help and help level out that load a little bit and keep us pulling a steady amount from the grid, and then all the ups and downs are absorbed by the battery system.
Try to keep you from browning out a grid when you're running a peak, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Don't want to have any blackouts, people wondering what's going on here. So that's pretty cool. Hey, Carter, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us here on this busy day. Everybody talking about all the things going on at Patterson. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
And thank you for visiting Drilling Contractor.